This is a presentation for DText, also known as single-line text. DText is located on the ribbon under the annotation panel where you see the large A. Click the drop-down text, and it says multi-line text, which is your M text, which is in another presentation, and single-line text, which is DText. Click on single-line text. Down in the command line, it says specify start point of text, so pick a start point. It says specify height. I'm going to hit enter to accept point 2. I don't need to retype it. Specify rotation angle. Hit enter to accept 0. And then I'm going to make sure my caps are on. And I'm going to say this is DText. And I can type more than one line of text. Enter, enter. So to end the command, you hit enter once, then hit enter again, because if you enter once it just starts another line, but hit enter twice and it knows to end the command. We call this single line text because when you click on a line, that is a single entity. So that is an entity, the second one's an entity, third one's an entity. I have 3 entities because I have 3 lines of text. So that's why it's called single line text. It's called dynamic because I'm actually typing right on the screen versus at the command line, which it used to be years and years ago. So that's where it got the name DText. I'm going to hit escape to clear the grips. I'm going to type in DT for DText at the command line. That's a shortcut. That's the alias for it. Specify start point. I'll pick another start point. Point 2 I'll accept for the height. This time for specify rotation I'm going to type in 20. Hit enter. This is 20 degrees. Hit enter twice to end the command. So for rotation angle, that affects the entire line of text. As you can see here, there's a 20-degree angle for that line of text. So that's rotation angle. The other option you have besides rotation angle is the justification. So DT again to enter the command. I'm going to type J for justify. Notice the options down here in the command line, justify and style. J for justify. Hit enter. Enter the option for justification. We have align, fit, center, middle, right. You have TL, TC, and TR, which is top left, top center, top right, middle left, middle center, middle right, bottom left, bottom center, bottom right. Those are all the justifications for AutoCAD. And you'll notice left justification is not on that list because left justification is the default in AutoCAD. But I want to use C for center justification. So I type C, enter. I'm going to specify a center point. I will hit enter to accept the text height of point 2, and my rotation angle is still set to 20 because that's the last thing that I used. So I'm going to type 0, enter to change it back to 0 for the rotation angle. This is center justified text. Enter, enter. When I click on the center justification or the center justified text, notice I have a grip on the left side and at the center point. That's how you can tell what justification is by clicking on it. Is one method anyway. That's center justified. Let's do right justified. I'm going to type DT to start the command again. Hit enter. This time instead of typing something in the command line, I'm going to right click and use the pop-up to go to justify. And then again, instead of picking down at the command line or typing the options, I'm going to right click and select my options. So I want right justified. I'll click right. I want to pick a point off to my right side. I'm going to change the height this time to 0.3. Hit enter. Rotation I'll leave at 0. Hit enter. This is right justified text. Enter twice, and everything's lined up on the right side. When you click on them, you can see that we've got grips on the left side and the right side. Those are the grips that indicate the justification of the text. You should know that if you wanted to grab one of those grips, it becomes red, it becomes a hot grip, and you can move that text around using the hot grip. So if you need to relocate something, that's probably the easiest way to relocate it. Click undo to undo the moves, and I'm back to the way it was. You'll notice the text is a little bit jagged. This is known as the TXT font, and we'll get into text styles where you can change the fonts, and that's in another presentation. So the default justification is left justified. The default font for most AutoCAD is this TXT, which is really jagged and not really used. The most common font used would be Roman S. So this is the presentation for DText. Please let me know if you have any other questions.